Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. It's Lisa on my channel, Lisa Ashton, Psychic Medium. I'm going to try this again and go live. Sunday might be a bad day for people. They may have a lot of family plans or things like that. So I am going to try again and see if some people come on and want to do some live mediumship readings where I bring through their loved ones who have crossed over. If it turns out that Sunday's not a great day, I'll definitely find a better day for this. But I'm happy to talk to anyone who comes on. If you could, make sure you subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and the notification bell will always let you know when I'm coming on. Hi, you guys. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Araya. Good to see you guys again. I'm going to wait for a few more people to come on, and then we can get started. So maybe the middle of the day is a better time. I tried this morning, but it was a little bit slow. So people may have been sleeping in, Sunday morning, relaxation, that kind of stuff. So we'll definitely give it a few more minutes and we'll try to do this again. I really hope that you guys can stay till the end if you can. That would really help me and my channel. So thank you if you can. And sometimes when I bring through someone's loved ones, they hang around and they may come through with somebody else at the end as well. So it's always a nice idea to try to stay to the end and try to see what other messages you can deem from people who come through, because they could end up coming through at different times and then your loved one could come back through. So it's really a nice idea. So if you can stay further into the video, that would be great. The live stream, that would be great. I find that I get a lot more energy that way, and the mediumship readings come through a lot clearer that way. So so your loved ones will come through a lot clearer in messages, which is basically what I'm saying. So definitely let's try to do that. So let's see. I have Anaya, I have Sharon so far, hoping for BZ and my dad. You need them. Oh, honey, I'm happy to bring them through for you. Anaya, I want to ask if you have somebody in particular that you would like to bring through, and make sure you guys leave me a comments below if you can, as well as the thumbs up. Hi, Kim. Glad to have you here. Glad to have you back. Thank you to all my loyal subscribers. Hey, Cindy. If you can, I'm glad you're here. I'm going to be pulling people through, doing live mediumship readings today. I was just asking people to, if they can stay through most of the video, that would be great, because sometimes loved ones come in and out and come back and forth, and their loved ones may come back with a message a little bit after the first time we do it, and they'll miss it if they don't stay. So I always double check and see if the person is still on when I have their loved ones. So Anaya, I want to see if there's anybody in particular you would like to bring through. And if you don't, for those of you that don't know what mediumship readings are all about bringing through loved ones that have crossed over, bringing through messages of love and light. I only work in love and light, so I always surround everybody who comes through in white light energy. So it's very pure, it's very holy, it's very happy, it's very spiritual, I should say, rather than holy. But it's always positive energy. Okay. So you're never going to hear, somebody coming through angry. I don't work that way. Okay. So just know that whenever I do these messages, I bring through, people of love and light. So Anaya says, I don't have anyone in particular, but I can wait until somebody comes through for me. Okay, I do have a female that's coming through for you. I don't know if this is mom, feels like a mom energy to me, or it could also be a grandmother that is taking responsibility for partially raising you. Does that make any sense, Araya? Does that seem like someone that might come through for you? Because it's an older female. I call contemporaries people that are your same age when they come through, and older females tend to come through like a mother figure, an aunt. That would be a relative. It could be a good friend that's older, and I am getting an older female that's coming through for you, Anaya. So I'm not sure if you would recognize this. She has shorter hair, or she's going like this, like she's very proud of her hair. I don't know if it might have fallen out if she had been ill prior to her passing, but she was very proud of her hair. And she may be a hairdresser. I'm not sure if this is, Anaya, if this is somebody you recognize. She's just talking to me. I'm just getting some messages here. Your aunt died from cancer, so she did lose her hair. Did she help to raise you, Anaya? Because she's giving me the distinct feeling that this is someone that she takes responsibility for partly raising you, that she was around a lot when you were being raised, and that you guys, you were an important part of each other's life. She's a little eclectic, I have to say. She's a little outside the box. She's very forward when she speaks to me. She's not, I don't want to use the word blunt, but she's very forward. She's not at all rude, but she's not quiet, sitting on the sidelines, just kind of saying things quietly. She wants to come through. She wants to bring this message through. When I get quiet like that, I'm just kind of listening to what they're saying. They tend to talk very quickly, so I always have to get them to slow down. Okay, so yes, there was a lot during my childhood, but it was more raising my mom than raising you. Okay, so she was a big sister to your mom? She also takes responsibility, though, for being around a lot for you, that you had the opportunity to speak with her when you were having a tough time, either speaking to someone in your family or to your mom, etc. So I feel like she's happy that she can take responsibility for that. She's happy that she was around when you needed her, is what she's telling me. And she's talking about wearing scarves, really pretty scarves, around her head. Like she would go shopping for the prettiest scarves. Yes, she was very eclectic. She always loved to dress nice, and she was very blunt. She's my mom's aunt, but I call her my aunt. Okay, so this is definitely who I have, Anaya. Her energy is very strong coming through. So I don't know if it's around her birth date or the time of her passing, but quite often I find that the spirits come through even stronger when it's around that time of either their birthday celebration or, like I said, the time that they may have passed. She does look really nice. She's dressed up. She has beautifully colored scarves that she's showing me. She keeps trying them on. One was bright green and had some yellows in it. There was a purple and blue one. So I don't know if after she had lost her hair, she went out and got a lot of really pretty scarves. But I feel like the more, I don't want to use the flamboyant, but the brighter they were, the happier she was. So she wasn't at all afraid to show the fact that she had lost some of her hair, or why she was wearing the scarves. I think she wore it as kind of as a badge of honor. I'm sorry that she passed. I feel like after she was first diagnosed and she was being treated, she had a period of really good. So I don't know if she was in remission, but she was doing really well. And then it was a very, very quick turnaround, very quick passing. She's very grateful to you. So I feel like in a way, as much as she would be around you and kind of talk to you when you needed it, I feel like you grounded her. You helped. The way she's describing is you helped her feel like there was nothing to be afraid of, or there was nothing. She's wording it a certain way that I don't understand. So I'm just waiting for her to reword it. Yes, and the change was very fast, honey, and I'm sorry about that. I feel like it had spread, and nobody knew that it had spread, is what she's telling me, the cancer. She's very grateful to you, though, because I feel like you kept her very, very young and very grounded, very kind of in the moment. And she didn't have a tendency, although she was eclectic, she was a big warrior, is what I'm hearing. So I think you helped her get out of that mode of worrying. It's kind of into the mode of it is what it is, unfortunately. And we're going to fight with you, and we're going to do the very best we can. And I think everyone was very optimistic until the end. So I'm sorry to hear that happened. You talk to her often, she tells me, and your mom still grieves her greatly, and I feel like you still grieve her. Do you hear musical songs that remind you of her? Because I'm hearing like, I don't know, like the Brat Pack is what she's like some jazz music. that she really enjoyed. And she also enjoyed like Frank Sinatra, I Did It My Way. There are certain songs that you hear that remind you of her, is what she's telling me. Well, I'm waiting for a response. If everyone can give me a thumbs up or leave me a comment down below, I appreciate it. And that helps me be able to continue my readings and to keep coming back to do that. I will get to everyone who's on here, so don't worry if you can just hang in there. I try to do about 5 minutes with everybody. And like I said, sometimes they come back if they have another message they want to say. She loved to dance, so yes, I hear her songs, but she loved like funky type of music that she could dance to. Okay, that doesn't surprise me because she comes across very, well, we use the word eclectic already. That's okay. Sometimes the timing is a little behind on here. I can always tell. I can always fill it with talking. I don't have a problem with that. But yeah, and so when you hear that certain music, it reminds you of her. It takes you back to her and her dancing. She's showing me dancing. So I feel like you like to dance with her, she says. You also enjoy dancing. Your mom, not so much, is what she's telling me. So I don't know if that's correct. I also have a grandmother who's here for you, hon. And your grandmother is softer. She's softer energy than your aunt. I don't know if this is her mother, but I feel like she's apologizing. I think this is a message for your mom. She's apologizing that she wasn't around as much as she could have been or should have been. So I think that she was going through something in her life. I don't know if this was an addiction or something that was wrong, but mom wasn't around much. It could have been a mental health issue for why she wasn't around. She might have been very depressed, but to please let your mom know that her mother is coming through and is sorry, is what I'm hearing. And like I said, they'll continue to bring through messages for me and I'll continue to go back to them. If you want to hang around, I'm gonna move on. I'll leave you with their love, but they're still gonna be here in the room. They're right around you as we speak, because I can see them right around you. And she definitely will stay around. I feel like that she may interject some other messages as we go through. Okay, let's see who is next. I believe it's Sharon. Before I get started, Sharon, Sharon is one of the people who have left me wonderful donations down below through PayPal, and I'm greatly appreciative of those. It helps me to continue to run my channel. It helps me to buy new equipment and new cards, and I ordered a few new different decks that I've been wanting to get for a while. So as soon as they come in, I'll have a live unboxing, so everyone will have a chance to see them. Hoping for BZ and my dad. BZ. Okay, let me ask if BZ is around. Your dad is definitely here. He's around you all the time, and he leaves you messages all the time, Sharon. Your dad is saying everything is going to work out exactly the way you have it planned, and so not to worry. And I know we've spoken about this, but he's very insistent on being around you and helping things go the way you want it to. You're doing nothing but being very loving and very caring, and that will definitely be rewarded, is what I'm hearing. He's just talking to me. He's just talking about some things that he remembers, and he knows that you're very headstrong and you're going to stay in this fight to get money for your father-in-law until the very end, if that makes sense. And it will go in your favor. I don't know if you're going back Monday or Tuesday of this week, but I feel like you're already going back and waiting for a response. Thanks for hanging out, hon, because somebody else could come through as well. Absolutely. Thank you for letting me share your loved ones. I'm not getting a hit on BZ, unless this is a good friend, and those were the initials or the nickname of a good friend. I feel like this is someone who's around you, that you were around each other all the time. So I'm either getting a good friend, or it could even be an animal. And I do bring animals through. So let me know who BC is. BZ is Sharon, and I will definitely call out for them, because what I'm getting right now is a really good friend, or even a fiance is the word I'm seeing. So I don't know if this is somebody that you, a long time ago, you may have been around, and they since have passed, and your dad passed, and I'm feeling very quickly. So I don't feel like this was especially a long illness. I'm feeling like this is more something that happened fast, and I'm getting a little bit of pain in my head area. So I don't know if he passed from something in his head, a stroke, but I am getting some pain in my head. So thank you for sharing that with me. And I'm getting to military. So I don't know, was your dad in the military, Sharon? Hi, Susie. I'll definitely bring someone through for you. Oh, your son. Okay, I'm so sorry. Yes, Susie, there's a few people ahead of you, but hang in there, and I'm bringing people through, and I can see who's going to come through for you as well. BZ, was he named after someone, Sharon? Because I'm feeling like it's the same name, like either like Brian something, so like he was named after someone. Thank you, Susie. Daddy rode with the Legion Riders. Okay, because I have a uniform, and my guides always show me or tell me to sit up straight when I'm talking to someone who's in uniform, and that's how I know that they're definitely in uniform. Again, if you're here and you're waiting, if you could give me a thumbs up or write a comment below, I'd be happy to answer any of your comments. What would you like to know? I do feel the same name. So I do feel like he was named after someone, BZ, middle name after your biological father. Okay. And that makes perfect sense, because he's proud of the fact that he has your name. That's awesome. Okay, Sharon, what would you like? Do you have a specific question for your son? Your dad is with him, okay? So I want you to know that. I feel like your son, I don't know if he had an issue with addiction, but I feel like obviously he passed away too soon is what I'm hearing. So I don't know if this is something he may have done or hurt himself with, because he's pulling away, and like they do that, I mean, he'll come back, but when they pull away in front of me, when I'm seeing it kind of like as a movie theater in front of me, a moving picture, he pulls back. And quite often people who have hurt themselves or done something to themselves will often pull back out of embarrassment. So yeah, I don't know, Sharon, if this rings a bell. Ask BZ if he can hold my heart. Oh, he was in a car accident. Okay. He should not have been driving, or not in this car is what he's telling me, though. Was he coming from like a party? Did he have alcohol in his system? Because he's telling me that he knew he should not have been in this car at this time. Either he was tired and went off the road. He's sorry he's put you through this, though. He knows how hard it's been for you to be able to come to terms with it, for sure. Again, he's talking about hurting himself, as if he did something, or either drank or did something, or was too tired to drive. No alcohol. The driver only had a driver's permit. Okay. So he knew he shouldn't have gotten in the car. That's part of what it is. If he can hold your heart. He has your heart, hon. Sharon, he has your heart. He's always got your heart. He's always around you. And he's so proud of everything you're doing for your father-in-law. He said he learned so much about kindness and love and giving from you. And that's so much from the heart. And so he wants you to know that he definitely is holding your heart in your hand as you go through this. It will be over soon. In other words, it will come to a fruition, and you will get what you need. So not to worry about it is what I'm hearing. His passing was quick. I know you have worried about this, he's telling me, Sharon. So like you should have, if you were there, was he calling out to you? Was he afraid? And he's telling me no, that someone was there to quickly bring him through, and it was very peaceful. Absolutely. You'll see him in heaven when it's your time. You have a ways to go, he says. You're going to be around for quite a while. Your giving and loving nature is definitely needed here on the planet, he says. But he will definitely be there when it's your time, as will your dad, as will all of your loved ones. I feel like you see him now in dreams. He's talking about coming to you in dreams. And he also tinkers with stuff in your house. I don't know if it's like making the cable TV go on and off or making a light over the sink blink, but he does little things around your house. You're so welcome, Sharon. I'm so happy to bring him through for you and your dad. And I feel like, do you have his ashes? Did you save BZ's ashes? Because I feel like you have an area that is set up that has like his picture and a candle and some of his pictures from school. And it's kind of an area when you walk by it, you touch it as if you're reaching out and comforting each other. Yes. Okay. So that makes perfect sense because that's what he's showing me. I think he's trying to just validate some of the things you do. You hear music also, not just for your dad, but for him, that he really enjoyed. Is he a big Michael Jackson fan? Did he really like Michael Jackson? I have both Michael Jackson and Prince he's talking about. Oh, they're in your room. And you touch it? You go by and you touch it is what I'm hearing? Or you touch where they're sitting on? Kind of just like as a hello, I love you. That's what he says he sees. Yeah, it's lovely. Hi, Julie J. Hang in there. We have a few people ahead of you, but I'm going to make sure I read everybody today and bring through their loved ones, okay? So hang on. He used to do dances. He used to do dances. I do all the time. That's so awesome. So the signs he brings through, is it things that go on and off in your house, or something will ring and there's nobody on the other end of the telephone, or that kind of stuff? Because I feel like he does a lot of those kinds of messages to you besides the dreaming, which you did agree to. And you said that he comes through on your dream. He used to do dances. Like Michael Jackson. Okay. Oh, that makes sense. Because he says he stood in line to meet Michael Jackson up in heaven, and also Prince. So I feel like he must have enjoyed their music, but he said the line was very long. He said to them, it would be like thousands of years, but to us, it was probably 5-10 minutes. But he really enjoys their music. So he really wanted to meet them. He said a bunch of people were heading in a direction, and he asked where they were going, and they were going to meet Michael Jackson. So he kind of followed and went along for the ride. He has a friend up there with him because he's showing me his arm around a buddy. So I don't know if this is someone who may have crossed over during the same automobile crash, but it's a buddy or a friend of his, or if it's someone that may have passed separately. But he does have a lot of people around him that love him. And please do not feel guilty. Yes, please don't feel guilty, hon, that you weren't around. Both, Julie J. I'm going through the list as people came on. Oh, he died a few years after BZ. Well, they're together. So you can know that he has friends up in heaven. Did he play the drums, Sharon? Because I'm hearing that he plays the drums. Julie J. So I will come to you when it's your turn, or I'll keep going down the list, and just to explain to everybody again, and then I will focus on your name, and I'll see who I can bring through for you. And then if you have questions, or if you have anyone that you would like to bring through, you can just put their relation to you. I don't need their name, but their relation to you, and I will work on bringing them through for you. Okay, so that's how it works. Sharon, I'm going to leave you with both your father and your son's love. A guitar, but he used to tap his chest all the time and tap his feet. Oh, that's awesome, Sharon, because I'm hearing drums. So it makes me feel like he's still very active in music, just so you know. He says he hasn't given that up, and he still really enjoys it. And he knows, I don't know if he made you a CD of his guitar songs, or of him, his music, like your own personal play. I don't know what they're called, a playlist. There you go, playlist, he says. But I feel like he's talking about it now as something that you would have enjoyed. Hang around though, because he's not going anywhere. He's standing right around you. He's standing right behind you. He's with you. Of course. Yes. Hi, Queen. Hi, Brad. Give me a thumbs up, please, if you guys can, and keep on staying on is what I'm hearing, because the longer you stay on, lots of times your loved ones, the first time I bring them through, they'll oftentimes come back with other messages. Okay. So I'm going in order of people who came on. So I'm going to go back, but I will definitely read everyone today. I promise you that. Okay. Kim, you're next. Are you still here? Are you still here, Kim? Make sure you guys subscribe and get notifications. Give me a thumbs up, please, if you like the video. It really helps me with my channel and sending it out. If you could share it to people, maybe you have friends that might enjoy coming on as well today. Share it with someone, and maybe they can come on and join us as well, and I'll make sure I read for them. I've been on as long as 3 or 4 hours, sometimes depending on how many people come on. Also, there's a button below that shows my website, which is northernlights.1. You can go there if you'd like a private reading, and give me a call. My phone number's there, my email's there, and you can contact me about a private reading. There's also of donations of love. There's a button where you can go on and donate if you would care to, if you enjoy the videos and enjoy what I bring you every day. Helps me get new equipment, I'm actually needing a new microphone. So the donations that come in today will be for buying a new microphone. I've also been buying new decks so that when you come on, they'll always be around, which is nice. I know it was a very long session, Julie. I don't feel drained afterwards. Mediumship, a lot of people say they feel drained after they do some hours of mediumship. But for me, I have to raise my vibration. That's how mediumship works. So ahead of time, I did a meditation, and I raised my vibration so that I'm up here. And the people that are up in heaven that want to come talk, come down a little bit. So by the time I'm done, like when I do in-home parties and so forth for people, I've talked to maybe 10 or 12 people. I'm flying. I'm way up here in the clouds. And so it takes me quite a while to come back down and to really kind of reground myself. I have to really focus on that. So it doesn't drain me at all, because I love what I do. It makes me very happy to bring messages through. But thank you for the question, Julie. That's awesome. If you guys can remember to hit the subscribe, the notifications, give me a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. So Kim, you're next. Is there anybody in particular you would like to bring through, Kim? Or do you want me to just see who's around? It's up to you. It's like walking on air, Julie. It certainly is. That's how I feel at the end. I feel like I'm way up here, and I find I can't do it in the evening. I started doing mediumship readings in the evening, and now I don't anymore, because I'm up there and my energy is so high, it takes me an hour or two to come back down, and it's really difficult to go to sleep. So I really find I do it either in the morning or I do afternoon readings. I do mediumship readings over the telephone as well. If you want something more in depth, you can go to my website, which is northernlights.1. And then it talks all about my readings and what I do. I'm a registered nurse, so many times things will come through about people who have passed. And you can definitely get my phone number there if you'd like to set up a private reading. I do those. Many people who are on YouTube get so busy that they don't have time for private readings anymore. But I've been doing this for 35 years. I'm a third generation psychic and medium. Clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient. So I see things. I hear their voices when they're talking to me, and that's the messages I bring through. And I also just know. Sometimes I just know something, and that's what I'll say out loud. But it's always messages. So you just have to remember, I'm the messenger. So if you don't like what they're bringing through, I'm sorry. It's always positive. It's always white light energy, because I only work in the white light. But sometimes they're messages that people aren't ready to hear, and so just hold on to it. A nurse and a medium. It's so intense. It is, but I love it. I love both, but I especially love doing this. It brings people such joy. So Kim, your mom and your grandmother is there. Okay, so let's see who we can bring through here. Was your mom named after your grandmother, first or middle name? Because I have two people who have either a similar name or a name that is someone who may have been named after someone, if that makes sense to you. And I'll always ask questions where from the messages I get, so I know I'm heading in the right direction, so that I'm not wasting your time. And that's why I ask questions like that, to make sure of who I have. So I don't feel, Kim, that your mom and your grandmother had a great relationship with it down here on earth. That's what I'm hearing. But I do feel like now that they're up in heaven, you're saying no. They don't have the same name, first or middle name? Or have you used the same? Have they been named after each other? Not after each other, but has someone been named after? Kim, no. Okay. So what can I tell you about your mom? I'm hearing singing in the background. I'm hearing You Are My Sunshine. So I don't know if that's a song that's familiar or that she always used to sing or that you sing. But I feel like she's humming it. So I hear it humming. What's the no and the nope to, hun? Is this about the name? Because I'm just going to let that go if it doesn't pertain. Okay. So can you tell me about the song? Is that a song that either she hummed a lot or is around? Could you say the song again? You Are My Sunshine. And I feel like it's all about daisies or sunflowers. So I don't know if that rings true. Sorry, I'm just answering someone, letting them know why I can't answer the phone. I'm going to turn the phone off. Yes, she sang it to me. Oh, I'm so glad because she's humming it in the background. So she's trying to bring through some evidence so you definitely know it's her. Okay. So the song is one thing. I also feel like she would make a particular dish that you loved. And for some reason, I'm hearing tacos. So do you especially love tacos, Kim? Because she's showing me her making tacos. So, and I feel like at a later date, it was something that you would make together. It was one of your favorite things that you would make together, or you would sit around and put them together. Like, you know how you add the different layers. So does tacos have a meaning to you? You don't think so? All right, well, hold on to that because I don't know if it has a meaning for your grandmother who's here as well. But I am hearing tacos, or I'm being shown tacos actually in my head. As if someone enjoyed making them or maybe even just eating them. But if it doesn't ring, just put it aside because sometimes people cross over and come in. Your mom's apologizing, hon. Your son loves tacos. Okay, so maybe she might be talking about your son and his being around. Are you worried about your son? She's saying you don't need to worry. Does that make sense to you, Kim? When I pause like that, it's often because I'm hearing from them and I want to try to put it into something that means something to you. She's talking. I worry about her being around me. My son loves her. I worry about her being around me. Why, Kim? I don't understand. you may not have had the best relationship, but you don't need to worry that she's negative coming through. Does that make sense? Or is it just that you're afraid to see her? Which a lot of people are, so I don't blame you. That's very common. I worry about her being around me. You had a great relationship. So why do you worry about her being around you? I don't understand that. You two had a great relationship. Oh, you want to see her and her to be around me. Oh, you're worried that she's not around you then. Okay, you wrote, I'm worried about her being around me. Okay, you want her to stay around you. She's always around you. I mean, I feel like she's standing like right around you now, right behind you. She doesn't want you to worry about your son, is what she's saying. I feel like the distant relationship is between your mother and her mother, or your mother and grandmother. She's always around you. So please don't worry about that. Oh, her mother-in-law she didn't get along with. Okay. I feel like now that they're in heaven, I feel like they get along just fine. And I feel like they're always together. I mean, of course, when people go up to heaven, everything changes, right? They no longer have medical conditions. They're healthier. They feel better. She will stay around you. She loves you very much. She's very proud of you. She does not want you to worry about your son, who you are worried about. And that's why I think she brought up the tacos. Try not to worry. She's going to be around your entire family to keep you all safe. Hang around for a little bit, okay? Because I'm getting her spirit stepping back a little bit, and I'm getting somebody else coming in, but I know she'll come back. Okay, so hang in there. Cindy, are you still here? And Araya, you'll be next. Oh no, we already talked, Araya. We talked to your aunt. That's right. Sorry. And Susie will be next after Cindy, and then Brad. Susie. So Cindy, Susie, and Brad, and Julie. Cindy, Susie, Brad, and Julie. I should be writing these down. Kim, that's lovely. You're so welcome, Kim. Hang in there. Try not to worry as much as you're worrying. You are a worrier, your mom is saying. And what you put a focus on out into the universe is what's going to come back to you. So if you focus on all the things you're worried about, then that's what's going to come back to you. Okay. So try to switch it around and focus on something positive. And when you put that positive energy in the universe, that's what will come back to you. Okay. But your mom is still here. She's around you all the time. She's never going to leave you. So I'm going to leave her for a few minutes, and because I see that Cindy's here. Cindy, is this dad? Is this your dad that would be coming through? Because I have a male, and he's an older male. I'm going to just get a pen and write down the names so that I'll be right back. Okay. All right, guys, I'm back. So I have Cindy, because then I don't have to keep checking back for who's next, and I can see who's here. Okay. And if you guys are enjoying this, please give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. That helps me with my channel. So Cindy, and then we have Susie and Brad. Susie and Brad. And Julie. And I will get to all of you, I promise. Queen. Queen actually was before Julie. Kim. Oh, no, we've been talking to Kim. Julie J, my grandfather. Okay. I'm not sure how my father is doing, if he's okay. Take your time, Julie. I will get there, I promise. I'll be on until I've talked to everybody, so no worries. If you're enjoying it, give me a thumbs up, please. I really appreciate your help with my channel, or if you can share it out to people, that's even better because they can join us on here, okay? That really helps. Thank you. Okay, Cindy, so this is your grandfather. Not sure how your father is doing or if he's okay. Let me ask him. Do you not, I have an older gentleman, so this is probably your grandfather. He's very loving, and he's placing blame on someone. I'm not sure why he would be placing blame on someone. It's someone that he was not happy with when he was here on Earth or when he was alive. Does that make sense, Cindy? Okay. He's feeling better about it now, but he says you've been unable to let go of it. So I'm not sure if you're trying to dig in. Your father wasn't around. Your father's still here, though, correct? You just don't know where he is what I'm hearing. Is that correct? Yes. He is. He hasn't crossed over. I don't have him. Your dad is crossing over. Is your grandfather, is that who your grandfather was mad at? Is your father? Because I feel like there's an energy there that's your grandfather is pulling back from. So he wants to be around you, probably. Okay, so that makes sense because he wants to be around you and bring all his love for you and your son and your family. And he's really happy for you. He's really happy that you're doing so well. He's very proud of you. Your grandfather. He was very loving, correct? Very loving man is what I have. Or I have someone who's very loving and very nurturing. You don't really remember. Well, just know that he said he remembers. But he's around you now, so you can always call on him. I know you're really good about calling on your guides and your angels, but just know that your grandfather is a spirit guide that's around you all the time. So, and I feel his energy around you. So just know that you can call on him anytime. Okay. He's telling me for you to push back and not worry about your father. If that makes sense to you, I think you would like to know that he's okay, but your grandfather is just saying there's too much water under the bridge, or that he's not. You've been doing that, okay? Yeah, because he doesn't feel like. Let me word this better. He doesn't feel like the connection between the two of you would be a health. Excuse me, I have the hiccups. It would be a healthy one. Okay, so he wants to make sure that you stay in a really good space, like where you are, and be healthy. And your family, you and your family, entire family is going to be healthy. I do now psychically, I'm getting a little something for you from your angels because I do feel like you're getting married, Cindy. So I don't know if you've talked about this. I know, in all clear conscience or telling everyone up front, I know Cindy. Cindy used to work with me, and we've done table tipping together and so forth. So I do know and have met her boyfriend, but I feel like there's more of a connection coming through, Cindy, that your angels are telling me the connection is getting stronger. So I don't know if you're feeling that or you guys have been talking about that. Not sure. Okay, so he may just surprise you. So let's just take it a step at a time and know that he may surprise you. I think I'm getting messages from your angels because you don't have a lot of people that have crossed over or that who have crossed over that can bring you messages. Although your grandfather is bringing you like daisies or sunflowers. The color yellow is what I keep saying. So I don't know if that's around you in your yard. Not sure. Cindy, do you have questions for your grandfather? Because you really didn't know him that well, but he is around. You haven't really noticed the color yellow. Okay, so pay attention. I don't know if you have yellow, try to wear yellow. It's obviously, the solar chakra. So it's right above your belly button. It's that empowerment. It's that feeling that you're living in this, that you're doing everything you can do for yourself. And he's really happy that you're doing that. So he wants you to strengthen it with the color yellow, or maybe it's just the chakra that he wants you to strengthen. And you can do that with your pendulum. You know what that means. Okay, good. Because he's kind of being very cryptic in what he says to me. But if that makes sense to you, I'm really happy, because sometimes it's just building your confidence. It's just bringing the message through. And sometimes it'll mean more to you than it will to me, because I'm just the messenger. It doesn't apply to me. So I always like to bring the messages through and then see how much they mean to you, building your confidence. And that'll just take time. But I feel like, you're making a great start, and he's very happy that you're happy going in that direction. And your angels say the same thing. You're taking that leap of faith, and they're very happy about that. Cindy, I don't know if you want to put down there a link for people so they can contact you, because Cindy does tarot readings. And I've worked with her, and her readings are very clear, but you're welcome to do that, Cindy, as well. And just know that your loved ones are around you and your angels are around you. So thank you for sharing them with me today. And that's what you needed to hear. I'm so happy, Cindy, that worked for you. You're definitely heading in the right direction. The angels are thrilled for you. So keep doing what you're doing. It's going to take time. Nicole, I have a bunch of people ahead of you, but hang in there. I have Susie, Brad, Queen, and Julie ahead of you. But Nicole, I can definitely put you down, and you can ask a question. And it's all about your loved ones. I'm bringing through mediumship, which is all about bringing through loved ones who have crossed over. So I'm glad I have a new subscriber. Thank you. Subscribe, hit the notification button, give me a thumbs up, please. Down below, you can find my website. If you want a private reading, you can also find my PayPal connection. I really appreciate any donations. Helps me get equipment and cards, etc. Okay, Nicole, that's great. Okay, Susie, it's your turn. Cindy, I probably will hear from them again. If you want to stay and hang around for a little while, that would be great. Susie, yes. So is there someone specific you'd like to bring through, hon? Hi, Empress. Good morning. I'm putting you down. There's a few people ahead of you, but I am bringing through loved ones today in mediumship. Okay, so just hang in there. And sometimes something may relate to you as well. I find when I'm bringing through someone, sometimes they say something, and somebody goes, "Oh, my grandfather used to say that too." And that's the kind of thing that happens when you have a group like this. Says, thank you. Can you ask who's around me and what messages they have for you? Absolutely. Your angels are around you all the time. So I don't know if you actually call out and ask your angels for help. If you don't, you have guardian angels. Everyone does, that are with them from the day they're born until the day they pass. Your guardian angels have never walked on the planet, but they have... They've never walked on the planet, but they are always around you. But they will not come through unless you ask them to. So if you can do that and make sure you ask them, okay? But I am going to bring through people that have passed over, but I want you to know that. I'm so glad you're here. Get to enjoy the beautiful messages. I love it. This is my favorite part of my week, is when I get to come on and do this. And if it becomes popular and you guys can share it out to your friends, and I tend to get too many people that I can't do it all in one sitting, then I'll come on more often and do it, which is even more fun. I'll continue to grow. Thanks, Cindy. So let's see who's around you, Susie. So yes, you always talk to your angels, which is great because everybody can do that. Your angels, you have free will, but everyone has guardian angels that are around them all the time and they only belong to you. Whereas spirit guides belong to everyone in your family. Those are your loved ones that I'm bringing through, that have messages for you right now because we're bringing them through specifically for you, but they also are around all your family members. So although it's wonderful to get the messages, just know that they're kind of sharing their time between everyone. Okay. Susie, I have a strong female that's coming through for you. And I don't know if this is mom and aunt. I don't feel like it's a grandmother. It could be a good friend, but someone who's older than you. Is there someone that fits that description? She has shorter hair, like shoulder length hair. She's very proud of her hair. She's very proud. She would go and get it. She's talking about highlighting it all the time. So that's why I don't feel like this might be somebody who's older. Susie, does any of that make any sense to you before I go any further? I have everybody lined up, so no worries. Everyone will get messages today, I promise. No, maybe my grandma, but I don't know her. Okay, so you don't have any females that are around you? Because I have a female that's around you. I also have, so it could be your grandmother. And even though you don't know her, she could be just sending her love and letting you know she's around you all the time, for sure. This could also be, I don't know, maybe it's like a cousin or a good friend. It's somebody that is around you she wants you to know that she's around you. It's important for her to know that she's around. No, I don't know. Maybe my grandma. You don't know her, but her love is around you. Who specifically would you like to bring through, Susie? Because I have two females that are around you. No, you don't remember her at all. Okay. And you don't remember somebody who's passed who used to get highlights, because that's what she's pointing out in her hair to me. This woman is that she gets highlights. She's very proud of her hair. She's very happy with her hair. See what you wrote. No. Okay. Well, let's put her aside. She could be coming through for someone else. Who would you like to bring through, Susie? One of the things that happens when we have so many people here is that's why I always do individual readings with people. Like in my business anyway, I don't do two people together because quite often the energies cross over. Your dad. Okay. Your dad, did he pass very quickly from something, hun? Or did he have maybe he had a longer illness, got a little bit better, and then passed quickly? Because I have a very quick passing at the end. So I don't know if he might have passed from something heart related, or his lungs filled up with fluid, maybe like congestive heart failure. I have something in the chest area that I'm feeling for him. My chest feels very tight when you talk about your father. I also get that you didn't have someone killed him. Oh, that's probably why I'm feeling the tightness. Okay. I'm really sorry. I'm so sorry for your loss. Um, do you want to ask him questions about that, hon? What happened? Or he didn't feel any pain, he's telling me. He didn't feel, he said it was a very quick, like somebody took him through very quickly to the other side. So he didn't feel any pain, if that makes sense to you. Just waiting to hear back, if that makes sense. No, I want to know about if I'm doing things right. Someone killed him. So you don't want to hear about what happened around him. You want to know if you're doing things right with your life. You've been struggling. I think so many people are struggling. And I know, Susie, you've been around when I've talked about this, Mars being in Aries in retrograde. Now we're going into a full moon next week in Taurus, which is going to be a tough full moon. And then we go right into Mercury retrograde on the 13th. Pretty much through the end of the year, it's going to be that kind of energy where people feel like they're struggling or they're stuck. And I feel like that's the kind of energy your angels are saying that you're stuck right now and that you're feeling. You are heading in the right direction. Your dad is giving you guidance, and he tries to give you guidance. He whispers it to you. He's telling me. So you need to pay attention. It's almost like your own gut feeling, okay? You need to really listen to your gut feeling when he talks to you, because he will help you through this tough time. Things are going to be okay. You are doing things right. So don't be so hard on yourself, is what he's telling me. You're very hard on yourself. Easy to blame yourself for things when there's nothing to blame yourself for. Can you take that information, hun, from your dad? Health, work, love. Why can't I let the person I love go to be? Why I can let the person I love go to be happy? Why I can let the person I love go to be happy. Do you mean why you can't let the person go? Okay. If your dad is a little bit as well, it's because you knew this person in a previous life. Whenever we have that kind of a connection where it's really hard to let go, why can't I let the person I love go? It's probably because you're together. You've been together in many lifetimes. And if you've been together in many lifetimes, it's like an automatic relationship. It's a soulmate relationship. You came here together to work on something together. Okay. And because of that, it makes it more difficult to end the relationship. And you said it yourself, the person I love, you still love him. And when you still love someone, it's very difficult to let them go and make decisions on their own. Your dad is saying that, but you want peace. Well, you just have to make the decision to shut the door. I feel like whenever he texts you or reaches out to you, you answer him. And you have to make the decision to just end, okay, and let him know that you're done. That's what I'm hearing from your dad. And then you will feel some peace, and then he'll be able to bring you in someone new that will be a new love in your life. But it's really hard for you to do because he knows which strings to pull. Your ex. He knows what to say to you to get you to respond to him and to hang on there. You removed him from your life. You did, but I feel like you're not able to let him go because of that connection. So what you just have to do is whenever, some people wear, I suggest when I do life coaching sessions, some people actually wear like an elastic band around their wrist. And whenever they think of the person they don't want to think of, they snap the elastic band and they automatically go off that topic and stop thinking about that person. And that might be something you might want to try if you're having a lot of trouble letting him go. Okay. If you've already done that, you removed him from your life, but you're still thinking about him. You're still comparing him is what I'm hearing, which is very common, but I feel like you're comparing him with other people. So I don't know if you've started to date and you're comparing him, but I feel like either way, you have to let go enough to start fresh. And the only way you can do that is to make the decision to do that and to totally move on. Or you can go and get hypnotized. No, I'm not dating. Okay. Why are you not dating? Because you still love him? Because that's could be part of the problem. If you're not dating and you're not putting yourself out there, it could be because you're still hanging on to the fact that he's around, or that there's still a part of you that loves him. I mean, as much as you've let go of him, there's still a part of you that loves him. There's someone I like. His name is but I don't know if he likes me or not. Okay, let me ask your dad about that. He is interested in you, yes. If this is somebody you can pursue, your dad is saying that be careful though, because you tend to like the same type of person. There's patterns with you, your dad says. So try not to, you're very caring and very nurturing. So you tend to reach out to people that you can help or that you can do something for. And just be careful that you don't get into that same pattern or routine again, because then you'll get stuck. Okay. But I do feel like this person, I think I can't pronounce his name, but Bilal, is it? Bilal? It's a beautiful name if that's what it is. But I feel like he does like you, Bilal. I feel like he is as interested as you are, but I feel like he's more quiet than you are in making any kind of a move. So it may be up to you to make that move, to make that, to let him know how you feel, because I feel like he feels the same way, but he hasn't made any move yet. He hasn't done anything. And if you like him, definitely reach out. A lot of people say to me, I don't want to be the first one to reach out. I don't want to be the one that, I want to let him come to me. I want to be pursued. And my answer is always the same. What difference does it make if you're going to get to that wonderful relationship? Who contacted who first? Who asked who out first? Do you know what I mean, Susie? So it doesn't matter if you make the first move or show that you like him in some way. I know that it'll be reciprocated because your dad is telling me that it will be. And your angels are also telling me that it will be. So sitting back and waiting for him to make a move, I'm not sure if that's the wisest thing. I feel like you need to go after this relationship. Okay? Is no in the past? I don't you to tap the other guy. Wanna be sure there. What? Is no the past? Is no the past? I don you to tap on the other guy. Wanna be sure. I really don't know what you're writing, hun. I'm sorry. Take your time writing it. I'll wait for you so there won't be mistakes in what you're writing. Because I want to make sure I give you a good, clear answer about it. Okay. So take your time. Unless this is, I don you to tap on the other guy. Want to be sure there is Bilal. Okay. I just don't know what that means. So if you can spell it out a little bit better, I'll be happy to answer it for you. How's everybody else doing? Hanging in there. I have Brad, I have Queen, I have Julie, I have Nicole, and hello, Empress. I want to be sure that it's Bilal. I don't want you to tap on the energy of the other guy who broke your heart. I'm not anymore. And that's what I'm saying, though. You need to let him go. He broke your heart, but you haven't totally let him go, is what I'm hearing. And that's part of the reason that I feel like you can't move forward, because you loved him and you can't let him go. So you have to make a concerted effort to let him go. Okay, Brad, you're coming up next. Oh, Julie, I'm so glad you're here. You're coming up too, hon. Yeah, mediumship is always very cool when people come through. So Susie, yes. Like I said, I know I think you need to make the first move. What does my page think about? Oh, my papa think about blah. He likes him. He's helping to bring him through. Okay, but he's very quiet is what he's telling me. So I don't know if he's a very shy person, but I feel like you may need to be the person that reaches out first. Like I said, this has nothing to do with your ex other than the fact that should I persuade him? Yes, he is. Yes, he's very quiet. Yeah. And I feel like that's why you need to let him know how you feel. He will respond in kind is what your dad is saying. So I do feel like he is also very interested in you as well. Okay? So reach out and let me know how you make out. Come back, okay? It's awesome. Keep me posted. I'm going to leave you with your father's love and know that He knows you're going to make the right decision, honey. He knows you're going to make the right decision with this person. And you're going to be happy. You just have to let it go. Okay? My pleasure. Oh, that's so sweet, Julie. Okay, Brad, you're up, hun. And then we have Queen and we have Julie and Nicole and hello, Empress. So I hope you guys are all hanging in there. Give me a thumbs up if you could, if you're enjoying this. It helps me. And if you can also share this particular, should be a button right at the bottom where you can share it or open it up to the people on your Facebook page. And then they will join us also. It helps me spread my channel. And I really appreciate your help with that. So, Brad, do you have questions, or is there anyone in particular you would like to speak with? Yes. Okay. So, what are your questions, or who would you like to bring through today? I'm going to ask that from now on rather than because in a normal session over the telephone or by Zoom, I just bring in everybody that's around somebody and talk about them. I bring in everyone. But when we're on here, there's so much energy from everybody that it's easy to get people confused. So if you can tell me, it's easier if you can tell me who you're looking to bring through. Not a name so much as how they're related to you. And then it's easy for me to go in and to kind of pull them closer down so that they bring you messages, if that makes sense, rather than wasting or spending a lot of time. I shouldn't say wasting, it's never wasting time, but spending a lot of time trying to figure out who it is that's coming through. So hopefully, Brad, you're busy typing away. I'll wait for your response because you're next. I actually want to bring in my granddad from my dad's side. Okay. Do you have your dad was named after him? So I'm seeing or hearing same name. So I don't know if you have his first or middle name or your dad does, but I'm hearing same name coming from that side. My grandfather from my mom's side. Okay, well, I've got about 5 minutes, so I'm not going to be able to bring everybody through, but I can certainly start and see where it takes us. Okay, I offer private readings as well, so people, if you have a lot of people that you want to bring through, it might be the time to do that. Okay, so we're going to start with your granddad from your dad's side. And Brad, if you could let me know, the very first thing I heard from him is that there's the same name. So I don't know if your dad is named first or middle name after your granddad, or if you might have your dad or your granddad's name, but I'm hearing same name. So if you could let me know. Brad? My dad's name is Rufus. Okay. Is your dad's first or middle name after your grandfather, or do you have a similar first or middle name to your grandfather? That's what I'm hearing, and that's why I'm asking. That's the first thing he's showing me. He's also showing me a gentleman in uniform. So I think your dad might have been in the service, because my angels always tell me to sit up straight when I'm talking to someone who's in the service. So was your grandfather in the service on your dad's side? I don't know my grandfather well, but he was very strict, last I recall. Okay. He wasn't as strict to you as he was to your dad, correct? And do you know if he was in the military? Because he's showing me himself dressed in a military uniform. Yes. Okay, good. He passed before my parents had me. Okay. So you really don't know him. You just want to know that he's around you. Is that correct? Okay. And he is around you. When you call him in like that, he comes and he's around. Anybody that we call in, they come to when you call them in. Okay. So he is around you. He is protecting you. He is keeping you safe. I still have same name. So I'm not sure what that's about. Or but just so you know, he's not letting that go. He's also giving me the number 3. 3 is important to him. I'm not sure if he died or was born in March, if that March is an important month, but 3 also could be the number of children he had, or he may have been one of 3, or you may be one of 3. So for some reason, 3, he's mentioning quite a few times as if it's a number that has some meaning to you. Do you have a question? You said he passed before my parents had me. Is there a question you want to know from your grandfather? Because I'm not sure anything that I tell you from him is going to have any meaning whatsoever if you didn't know him. So I can let you know he's around you, and unless you have a particular question for him. I can see him very clearly. I don't know if he worked on the railroad or in a coal mine, but I feel like he did something that was very hands-on, your grandfather. I want to know some insight about my relationship with my dad and brother. Okay. From your angels? Because that's not really a question for your grandfather. My granddad worked on a farm. Okay, so that's the manual labor that I'm seeing. Yes. Moving like rocks, and it almost looks like mining to me, but moving a lot of things around. I feel like your angels are telling me this. It's a very it's a very strained relationship with your dad and with your brother at this point. Is that correct? Yes. Yeah, I know, but I feel like this has been around for a while. I don't know that it's something that um is this something you want to fix and something you want to work on, Brad? Because I feel like you're going to need to make the first move if it is. I feel like they kind of shut the door to you for some reason, and I'm not sure what the reasoning is behind that, but I feel like you've been a little bit backed off or cut off from the situation. And so I definitely want you to reach out to them first to see if you can work it out. Okay? particularly with your dad. Yeah. And I feel like he kind of just shut the door. So I don't know if you were doing something that he had disapproved of at that point, or just and things are better now and things have changed, but I feel like you need to open the door a little bit and let him know how you're doing. Okay? So you'll need to take the first step with that. Brad, since you didn't know your grandfather, I'm going to leave you with his love and the angel's love, and tell you to reach out to your dad and your brother, okay? And see if you can get some insight on that. And maybe next time we'll have a chance to talk about it, okay? I'm really glad you came and you stayed and you listened. If you guys enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up. Queen, are you here still, Queenie? Because I have you next. You're so welcome, hon. And let me know how you make out, okay? Healing relationships are very difficult. You're so right, Empress. Thank you guys for being supportive of each other. That's awesome. Brad, good luck and keep me posted. I'm on here. You know, whenever I come live, you can always talk to me about how things are going. Okay. And if, like I said, down below is my website, northernlights.one, where you can go and you can get information about getting a private reading if you so like. And there's also a button down below for donations of love. If anyone would like to donate, I'd be grateful. Thank you. And thank you to all of you guys who have already donated. I'm very, very grateful. That's so nice. Thank you, Julie. Thank you. Hello, Empress. Queenie, you're here. Okay, hon, who would you like to bring through today? What's the relationship? Not the name so much as the relationship. I'm learning something today, and I'm learning that when I do this, I need to ask what the relationship is, because there is so much energy here from all of you guys that all of your loved ones are coming through. So I can't separate it out to see who's coming through for whoever. Okay, your grandmother from the mother's side. Were you named? I'm getting the same name again. So were you named after her, or someone in your family, first or middle name? It is. It's crowd energy. You're right, Julie. And it's difficult to separate out when you're on for such a short amount of time. When you do the private reading, it's a lot easier to separate that out. But I want to make sure that I give you guys a good read for who you're asking to talk to. You're so welcome, Brad. Queen, you don't think so? Just say surname. Okay. And your grandmother, she's talking about going to something. She would call it the beauty parlor. I guess that's the same thing as we call like salons now. But the beauty parlor that she would go to when she would get her hair done. I don't know if this was a weekly thing, but she was proud of it. She used to wear this cap over it. It was really, really snug. It was like opaque, and it had like these seams on it to keep her hair dry. If she went to the beauty parlor, whenever she would leave, she would wear that, which is fascinating. So do you remember that at all about her? She's also taking responsibility for helping to raise you. So I don't know if she lived close to you or you went to see her every day and she helped take care of you, but she's very, very much as somebody who was involved in helping to raise you. I don't think so. Oh yes, like a headscarf. Yes. And it was if she'd pull it down. She says she knew you would remember that because you used to laugh about it, she says. Not laugh at her, but you guys had a kind of a funny joke whenever she would put it on. Yes, we saw her regularly. Yes, because she feels like she was an important part of your life. And she loves you to pieces. I feel like you're a lot like her, Queen. I feel like your energies are very similar. When I'm feeling her energy and I'm feeling your energies are very similar. So I feel like you're a lot like her. You could go to her and talk when you couldn't talk to anyone else. You are like her. I can feel that very strongly. Your energies are the same when she's coming through. She'd give you the shirt off her back. I feel like everybody loved her. And I smell, I have a feeling like I'm walking into someone's kitchen and I smell all the yummy food. So I don't know if she was a really good cook or she was always cooking, but I feel like she was the kind of person that would always say, can I get you a plate of something? Can I get you something? Do you want to eat? Like she was always asking everybody about food. Does that ring a bell, Queen? She was the best cook. I wish I was like her in that sense. She wasn't. It just smells yummy. I have this really nice smell when I walk in, as if I am walking into her home. You have some of her recipes, she's telling me. Is that a yes? She says you have some of her recipes, but you just haven't attempted them. She did a lot of things, everything in her head, a pinch of this or something of this, just to make it taste good. She didn't always follow recipes, but she did write things down. Yes, that's right. It says, always sounds like my grandma. We weren't allowed to leave her house without eating. Yeah, I mean, she just wanted to make sure everybody was always full and happy. That's so cute. Does she have any messages for me about my love life? Okay, let me check. You're involved with someone right now, Queen? There's someone that you're involved with? Not right now. Okay. So let me ask her if someone's going to be coming in or if she'll help bring someone in for you. You're doing the same thing with the patterning that I talked about a little bit ago with Susie, I believe, is that you tend to go after the same kind of person. Do you see that pattern yourself that you create? Yes. So it's a matter, your grandmother's saying you have to get out of that pattern. You're very much like her in that you want to help people. So you're drawn to people that need your help and your attention. You think you can change them and make them better. But she says this is your turn. Your turn to be happy, your turn to allow to have somebody make you happy. So she wants you to try to step out of that mold or out of that pattern and to try to find someone that can do that for you. And she's going to try to help bring someone in for you. She will help you bring somebody in, but don't expect the same kind of person. Don't be looking for the same kind of person to come in, okay? Because she's saying this person will be somebody that you will not think or you won't immediately be attracted to, okay? So get to know them, start to talk to them, and you'll notice the connection. You're so welcome. I need to forget. And she will definitely bring somebody in for you. So, and I think you're going to be very happy, but don't expect the same person in front of you, that same pattern. Okay. She really wants you to look outside the box. And if you're introduced to someone, pay attention and just talk to them for a while and you'll get to know them. That's lovely. I'm also smelling Gina Tay. Did she wear Gina Tay? Because I have a sudden whiff of Gina Tay coming in. It's like that powder. It had a big powder puff, and she always had to put it up off the toilet because everyone would get into it, is what she's telling me. Oh, my name is Gina, though. Oh, okay, okay. That could be why that's so interesting. So the Gina Tay could be her just mentioning that to you as Gina. I love it. And that's a really cool way that you're able to pull signs through like that, because a lot of people want something that's very black and white. So if you can pull that through, that's amazing, because I just get the messages. So I'm going to leave you with her love. She loves you very much, and she'll definitely be around to help bring someone in for you. Okay. So start looking at different types of people. Look outside the box a little bit and you'll be very happy, because I see you very happy with this person. The next person that comes in. Okay. So thank you, Queen, for sharing with me. Julie, you're next. How are you doing, Julie J? You're so welcome, Queen. Thank you. Give me a thumbs up, you guys, if you all enjoyed the video. Julie says, hi, I miss my brother. I haven't heard from him since 2005. Or I don't know if he's all right. He hasn't passed, is what I'm hearing. Thank you so much, and thank you, and hello, and Julie. Oh, you're so welcome. Um, Queen, keep coming back. I love it when everyone keeps coming back. I definitely do this every Sunday. And like I said, as it gets busier and busier, and if you can share it out to other people, we'll get more and more people. Then I'll be on more and more often doing the mediumship, not just the tarot readings. Okay. So Julie said, your brother, yeah, he's fine. He was kind of banded away from the family is what I'm hearing. So I don't know if the family pushed him away or he pulled himself away, but I feel like it had something to do with addictions. Is that accurate, hon? Julie? Yeah, because that's what I'm hearing, hon. Hi, Kim M. I'm going to put your name down, hon. You're coming up. There's a few people ahead of you, but hang in there, okay? I'm always going to make sure I get to everybody today. I'm doing mediumship. He was pissed off with you guys because you didn't want him to use, correct? Because that's what I'm hearing. I feel like you guys pushed him away, but he was abusing himself, and you didn't want to be codependent on him or allow him to enable you. Yeah. Your brother is doing fine. He felt used by a dad. Yeah. I do feel like he has a lot of angels around him. So I don't know if he's going through an especially tough time. Exploited by your dad. So I feel like there are a lot of angels around him protecting him and keeping him safe. So it makes perfect sense to me that he would be so protected if he's feeling so alone. Do you know how to reach him and reach out to him? Or would you feel that wouldn't be appropriate right now? Because you need to trust your gut on this one, is what I'm hearing very strongly from your angels. If your gut is telling you you really want to reach out to him, they will help you do that. You don't know how. So you don't know how to reach him. You don't know where he is. Excuse me. Okay. Someone in the family has heard from him. So he's cut off all contact, but someone knows where he is. He's cut off all contact, but somebody is aware of where he is what I'm hearing very clearly from your angels. So I would just ask family members if they can tell you where he is, so you can get in touch with him, because I am hearing that they know. And I feel like it's important. I think you would feel a lot better if you took some time. You will see him, but I feel like reaching out to him might bring you closer together again. Someone in your family does know where he is. So if you want to do a little legwork and investigative work, you can find out where he is. And if you feel like reaching out, reach out. You always have free will. If you don't, then you don't need to. Okay? But he is safe. He is fine. He has a lot of angels around him, and you will see him again. Absolutely. Will your sister be okay? Let me check. I'm just talking to your angels now. Yes. She's going through a really tough time right now, is what I'm hearing. So she has double the amount of angels around her as well. You're trying to help her as best as she can. Is she going through like a divorce or a breakup, hon? Because I feel this is something love related with your sister. She's in trouble. Not something you can help with. Is that correct? Oh, she's depressed. Did she recently break up in a relationship? Because I'm getting a relationship around her that isn't doing well. So I don't know if her depression may have led to this. Very low self-esteem. Yeah. She would do really, and that's part of the depression part is, and I feel like she drinks sometimes, and that makes her more depressed. But I feel like you're doing the right thing. You're doing as much as you can for her. So just to continue to do the same. Your sister has free will on the choices she's making. Yeah, she has no faith in herself. She's the choices she's making for herself are not good ones. But it's almost like she has to hit rock bottom before she starts to come up and make good choices. I think she's going to be okay, and I think the angels will watch over her. If you can reach out and just always be there for her, I think that helps her tremendously. I think she depends a lot on you. I just don't. The angels say to be careful. Okay, I'll answer this last question, Julie. This isn't really mediumship, but I want to make sure that you get all your questions answered. Okay, I really like to try to keep this to loved ones that are coming through. Do you have a specific question about your love life? This is someone that's already in your life, is what I'm hearing, correct? Somebody who comes very close, will come really close, and everything seems to be going great, and then pulls away, comes very close and pulls away. Is that kind of the kind of relationship you're in right now? Or you want to meet someone new? Is there someone in your life now? Yeah. Okay. You can definitely meet somebody new, because I don't feel like this relationship is serving its highest good for you. I don't feel like it's I feel like it's a little bit toxic. So I think it makes sense for you to be able to let go. I think you do have to let go though before someone will come in, or before you will meet somebody. So you can't like hold on to this person in the meantime while you're waiting for someone to come in. Okay, that's good. You broke up with him. Now you need to let him go. Okay, even if you hold some kind of a ceremony where you let go of his items, but I feel like you need to really get him out of your mind, get him out of your life, and somebody new will be brought in for you. Absolutely. Okay, Julie, this is going to be the last question that I answer, hon. And yes, she's doing okay. Your mom also has the same issue with depression, I'm hearing. So are you worried about her, Julie? Same here. I know it's tough, but I'm wishing you the best. Fantastic. I hope she's okay. She was suffering too much. Oh, she has crossed over? I don't have Did she recently cross over, Julie? Or is she still here? Okay, so she crossed over. Oh, okay. So she was in a lot of pain at the time. She was suffering. I don't feel this is from I feel like this is more from a mental illness, if that makes sense. I feel like this is more, okay, that makes sense. I wish we had started there, so I would have had more time to talk to your mom for you. Just know that, she's around you. She loves you very much. Do you have a tattoo for her? She's talking about a tattoo. I'm glad you're happy. She's glad you're happy. And somebody new will definitely be coming into your life. That'll make you even happier. What about, do you have a tattoo? Your mom's asking, or she's talking about a tattoo. No tattoo, your sister does. Okay. So maybe give the message to your sister also that you heard from your mom, and she's doing great. She's very much at peace. She loves heaven. She's very happy, and she's always around you guys. Okay. I'm going to leave you with their love, and good luck finding everyone in your family. Tough. It's very tough. I know, but I know you can do it. You take care, hon. Nicole, are you still here? I'm going way past my 5 minutes for everybody, but I'm just being drawn to these messages. You're so welcome, Julie. Come anytime, hon. I love to talk to everyone. And maybe next time we can start with your mom so that I can bring a little more through for her, okay? Nicole, are you still here? Nicole was next. No. Well, I can always come back to Nicole. Hello, Empress. I know you're still here. You're next, Empress. And then Kim M is after Empress. I'd like to connect with my father-in-law. Sure. Is this specifically for a message for your partner? Are you looking for a message for them? Or do you just want to connect so that because you had a nice connection? He thought the world of you. You were the daughter he never had, is what he said, telling me. So I know you had a really strong connection. Do you just want to talk to him, or do you want me to get a message for your partner as well? I'm just going to start talking, and when you answer me, that's fine, because he has a lot to say. He's a chatterbox. He's a talker. So I don't know if he was a talker in real life. I would just like to connect with him. Both would be lovely. Okay, I feel like he's a real talker because he's talking my ear off. So I'm just going to keep talking about the things that he liked, or that he really. He is a talker. Yeah, I'm hearing that. And he's talking very quickly. So I'm going to ask him to slow down a little bit so I can make sure I get the right messages for you. He really thought of you as as a daughter. He really loved you. He still loves you. He's around all the time. It's kind of one of those things, he says, where there was a connection that he didn't have with a lot of people. So he had a really strong connection with you that he doesn't feel that he had with a lot of other people. Is he in the service? Was he in the service? Because I'm being told by my angels to sit up straight. And he lived with you at one point. Is that correct? Listen to his advice. He was wise. Yeah. So did he live with you? Because I have him being very close proximity wise, not just close emotionally, like you enjoyed his company and he enjoyed yours, but I also feel like he was very much around you. You lived close to him and then you moved away, but you did get to see a lot of him. And you had that closeness. A lot of daughter-in-laws don't have that kind of closeness. And I feel like the two of you did, which is really nice. He wasn't in the service though. Okay, so he's with someone who's in the service then if he wasn't in the service. Is this your dad who's passed, or is your dad still here? I feel like this person who was in the service had diabetes. Because I feel like at the end that they had trouble with their feet and like neuropathy, your dad. Your dad's here. Okay, so who had diabetes in the family? Somebody, I feel like this is somebody that has passed that had diabetes. Your father-in-law did. There you go. Okay. So he's just acknowledging that with you. You took really good care of him. He's grateful. So I feel like he's very happy where he is. He's back to his old self, he says. He's not in any pain. So I don't know if he was in a lot of pain at the end, but he's telling me he's not in any pain right now. That's important for you to know. Okay. And to pass the message on. To your partner that he's out of pain, okay, and that he's doing really well. He must have liked to golf because I feel like he's golfing. I bet he's back to himself. He was in pain. Yeah, he is back to himself and he doesn't feel any pain anymore. He wants you to know that. He wants you to pass that message on. There's some guilt there on the part of your partner. I don't know if at the end they felt they didn't take care of their dad as much as they could have, or stay in touch as much as they could have. But I feel like there's definitely some guilt, and he doesn't want them to feel guilty. He understands, and he wants them to know that he understands. Okay. Did he smoke a pipe? Because I'm smelling pipe tobacco. And he's talking about suspenders. We had to pull away from my husband's family in the end. Okay. He was a chain smoker. Okay. Because I'm smelling, it's wafting in the smell of smoke. I thought it was a cigar. I mean, a pipe, but it could be a certain type of cigarettes. I'm not real familiar with. I'm not sure. I'm sorry you had to pull away. But there was something toxic going on. He's telling me something that you couldn't control, and your husband felt safe doing it, doing itself. He felt the safest by doing that, is what I'm hearing. So I feel like you had to move away. Does that make sense, Empress? I know you miss him. He says he's always around. All you have to do is call him. And sometimes you see, like in birds, I feel like crows. Yes, like in crows or in hummingbirds. I feel like outdoorsy kinds of things is the way he's coming to me, and that's the way he sends messages to you. Does that make sense? You do get signs from him. You see birds everywhere, and that's definitely him. Are we making the right decision in moving? He won't make that determination for you. He says that's definitely a personal decision, but it's okay to leave the house. Is it something about the house? Was it a house that your husband grew up in? Because I feel the connection to the house. While I'm waiting for all of you, I still do personal readings. My website is down below, northernlights.one. You can call and set up your time for a personal reading where you'll have a full half hour, an hour to just only speak to your loved ones alone. So it's not as rushed as this is, I'm afraid. It says our home is extremely active and it's hard for me to live here. Okay. So you want to move somewhere new. He says the decision is up to you. He will follow wherever you lead, wherever you guys go, he will be there. So you don't need to worry about that. If you're looking for something on your own, then that's where you need to be, is somewhere on your own. Okay. Your happiness is most important. That's how he's wording it. I'm going to leave you with his love, hon. That's great. Good luck. Keep me posted if you find a home or if you decide to move. He loves you very much and he's sending you all his love. He's very proud of you. And please give your husband his love as well. Okay. I know there was a little bit of water under the bridge between them. A little bit of what's the best way to put it? Not so smooth waters is the best way to put it. But please tell him that he knows that he knows what was happening, he knows what was going on, and he wants it to be forgotten. Okay, so sending a lot of love to both of you. Thank you for coming on. There was a lot of water. Yeah, there was, and it wasn't always happy, but he's happy where he is now, and he's really glad that you guys are happy, and just continue to do what makes you happy. Okay, thank you for sharing him with me. Thanks for bringing him through today. I appreciate it. My pleasure. Thank you. Kim M. Kim, are you still here? I do have another message for Cindy from her granddad. Cindy, are you still here, hon? Hi, Kim. Hold on 1 second, hon, because sometimes they come back. Cindy, you're still here. Okay. Your grandfather is talking about a celebration that's coming up. So I don't know if this is someone's birthday. Oh, okay. Somebody may have come back, Kim. I think that's why. Hold on 1 second. Let me just finish up with Cindy, and it could be that I just have another message. Thank you for telling me that. I probably would have gone through and done the whole reading again. I don't, since the messages are not for me, I don't personally hold on to the messages. I always bring them through and give them right to whoever's here. So many times I forget not who I've read so much, but people will call me on the phone to make an appointment, and I recognize the name, and they'll say, "But don't you remember what we talked about?" And I don't. I don't. Not that I know of right now. Okay. Because I feel like there is going to be a celebration and he wants you to set aside a chair and he will be there. Okay. So I think this came up the other day when we were talking, didn't it, Cindy? The same kind of thing, if I'm remembering correctly, because he's talking about leaving a chair open for him. Something in the month of November, he's telling me. So maybe this is like Thanksgiving even. You sound like me in my messages. We're quite a team here. But just know that he's around you. And if you're worried that he's not around, your grandfather, just leave an open chair and he'll make sure to fill it, is what he's saying. Okay. I'm glad you stayed on, Cindy. And Kim, I'm glad you stayed on earlier. I'm glad you stayed on as well. I don't know if anybody came back. You're so welcome, Cindy. Brad, we already did a reading, hon. If you want a private reading, give me a call. I'd be happy to set something up with you. I'm just kind of finishing up any last minute messages that are coming through from people that I already did readings for. Okay. So that's, I'm not going into new readings with people. I'm just really talking about, older readings that, I may have gone through with people. So I hope that makes sense, Brad. If you're looking for more, you may want a private reading. Okay. More singing. So this wasn't just, okay, this is the You Are My Sunshine. Okay, because I hear that, but I hear more singing as well. So I don't know if this is, did they always sing to you? Is that something they always did? I know you already read, but did any new messages come from me? Yes, she sang to my grandsons. Okay, so that makes perfect sense. So she's just letting you know. I think she's expanding, Kim. She's expanding just from you to your extended family, that she's around you. She loves you guys. She's always around. She always brings messages through. And just she'd like you to show them a picture or to remind them of her. Okay? That's important for her. She doesn't want to be forgotten, I think. So if you can do that, and I think you already do that, but I feel like it's important for her not to feel like she has been forgotten. So that's why she's bringing that up. Oh, that's wonderful, Kim. I'm glad. See, sometimes they come back with messages again. Anaya, I don't have another message that's coming through from your aunt, hon. Just a lot of love. And I have a lot of love that's coming through for everybody. And like I said, if you haven't already given me a thumbs up, please do so. I appreciate it. And leave comments down below. And I'm really grateful that all of you came today. I'll probably come in the middle of the week again, just to do this, because I think people really enjoy getting the messages. Is that how you guys feel? You enjoy being able to touch base with your loved ones? I may come through live and just do like an angel card reading or pull cards for people. So keep your notifications on, keep everything ready so that you can know when I come on, and I'll be happy to. Oh, you're welcome, Anaya. I'm really grateful that you guys all shared your loved ones with me. Thank you. It was a wonderful afternoon of mediumship. So thank you. It's almost 2 hours we've been on. Isn't it amazing how fast time flies? But I'm very grateful to all of you for sharing your loved ones with me. And I will be back. I come on daily, as you know, to do daily reads, tarot card readings, a 1-card pull for each of the different signs with a clarifier. And then I come on once a week. You should be able to check, if you check my website, if you check my online, my YouTube, I can't get the words right, you'll see that I've done the weekly reading that starts today for the entire week for each of the signs, like air signs, water signs, fire signs, and earth signs. So you can check and see what's coming up for you during the week. And I hope to see you again really soon. Thank you so much. I'm very grateful to all of you. Bye-bye. Have a wonderful day.